everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Life as a Law Student. As you can probably tell, we are back to the old setup of phone and no microphone for a couple weeks here as I am home for the holidays with my parents and away from my fancier equipment. Also to note, I am in my parents' guest bedroom loft, which is great and a nice private space, but sometimes I can hear noises coming from the living room downstairs, so if any of those seep through into the video, I'm very sorry. I've asked everyone to be quiet. We'll see how that goes. Regardless, I'm very happy to be here with all of you and talk about one of my favorite things of the whole year, 2020 or otherwise, Christmas. Something I know we can all get on board with is getting presents. So if you have a law student in your life, or if you are a law student and want to nudge the people in your lives who aren't, this video is for you. Compiled a list of 15 gift ideas specifically for the law students in your life. Some of these are physical, tangible items you could go to a store and get, or don't go to a store actually, just order online. And some of them are a little bit more intangible, but still just as helpful. Number one is sweatpants. This probably could go for just about anybody and not only law students this year, because that is the only thing I have been wearing. Even prior to 2020, back in the fall of 2019, when I was just a 1L, starting out of law school and trying to figure it out, after about the first 2 weeks of trying to impress everybody with how professional I could dress, I quickly learned that you just need to put on something to go to class. Preferably not pajamas, but you know, sweatpants is just one socially acceptable level above that. So would highly recommend getting some nice, luxurious sweatpants for those law students in your life. I have just recently learned this year about Loft, which is an Ann Taylor subsidiary kind of company. They have a brand called Blue and Gray, which makes I think it's called super soft sweatpants or something, and they look really awesome. I have two on the way right now. My second idea for you is something that I got for myself, and I think a lot of people got for themselves this year: dumbbells. Now, law students are not necessarily known for being big gym buffs, and we usually are just sitting at our desks, which leads to a lot of physical problems, lack of strength being one of them. Just having some kind of easy physical activity that doesn't require going anywhere or purchasing a lot of stuff or learning how to use it can be really helpful to take our minds off of studying, and something like dumbbells gives us a way to move that doesn't require our whole body being devoted just to that, and we can still like read out of the corner of our eye, you know? So that could be a good idea if you have a law student in your life who's a little bit like me and doesn't really want to commit to going to a gym, but still, you know, would prefer not to be a total slob on the couch. The third idea could go sort of in conjunction, and that is a massage, or a massager, or massage gun, or massage arm, I don't know. Basically, again, been sitting a lot, putting a lot of pressure on my lower back, been hunched over and put a lot of pressure on my neck, my shoulders, and posture have been absolutely terrible. And whenever I see my parents, I beg my mom to give me a back rub. She actually has this little like foot massager thing that's on the ground in her living room, and I've been using that every night. So I'm just saying. Or you could actually give them like a gift card to a massage parlor? Place? Salon? I don't know, once those open up again. Number 4 is headphones. Now, I don't know a single person who doesn't already own headphones, and I'm talking about headphones as being inclusive of earbuds or AirPods or whatever, anything that puts sound into your head. I like having lots of different types with the over-the-top, you know, classic headphones that are soft and squishy, as well as the ones that are wired and some that are wireless, just because depending on what you're doing and which device you're using it with, a different one might work better. Personally, I don't like AirPods or anything else that's kind of that hard shell that goes into your ears because it hurts my ears a lot. So just generally, I think it's a good gift, and they definitely would get used a lot for law students, not only when they're studying in the library or when they're listening to a lecture, but especially now with the virtual classes. A lot of us have roommates or people that we're sharing a house with, and having headphones can really make going to class quite a lot easier. in the particular time that we are in right now. Number 5 is a lunchbox. Now, I'm not talking about that Power Rangers lunchbox you had when you were in like 3rd grade, but having a nice insulated, sort of professional looking carrier of your food can be really helpful for when we're going physically to class. I used one every single day my first semester, and as far into the 2nd semester as we got before we were stuck at home, because I was often at the law school building all day long, and a lot of law students are broke and can't afford to just buy lunch every day. So being able to pack our lunch in something that's going to keep it neat and organized and cold or hot, I guess, is really, really helpful. So definitely would recommend that for any law students that will be physically going to class in the foreseeable future. Number 6 is a messenger bag. Law students and lawyers are always portrayed as carrying around briefcases, but I don't know if I've ever seen anyone carry around a briefcase. It's not really that efficient of a transportation method for your papers and computer. Much more often, I see people using like those rolling basket things, which I think looks a little weird, or messenger bags, which is kind of like a soft briefcase with a shoulder strap. I personally really prefer that. My parents got me an absolutely beautiful one when I graduated college, knowing I was going into law school, and even though I haven't used it a ton yet because it's not really practical for going to class, I really look forward to using it to go to work at the clinic and in future offices over the summer and post-graduation. They really can range in price and style and design and how fancy they are. So there's really a lot of areas for you to play and make this gift your own. Number 7 is a food delivery service. Now this could be through something like HelloFresh, or this other like boxed set of ingredients, or it could be a subscription with DoorDash or Postmates or Grubhub, I guess. I never use Grubhub. The point is, law students don't often have time to make a lot of fancy meals for themselves, and going to the grocery store is kind of a lot of time investment too. So any way that process can be easier, or delivery can be free, or they can get a discount or a couple free meals would be really helpful, especially when it comes to those times where we're studying for finals and we're not leaving our apartment for 2 weeks, not because of quarantine, just because of law school. Anything that has to do with getting that student food would be great. Another intangible but really practical gift idea would be a gift card to a store that sells more professional looking clothing. It's really easy to go online or go in person to a store and get very casual clothes or jeans, but finding well-fitting and well-tailored and designed suits, ties, shoes, what have you, can be a little bit of a challenge and definitely time-consuming as well as wallet-consuming. I personally really like shopping at Nordstrom and Taylor and DSW, but I'm sure that there are other options for women and all of the male equivalents too I'm not as familiar with. Gift cards to any of those places would definitely not be going to waste. Number 9 is another small tangible item you could order from Amazon, and that is a laptop stand. Now, a lot of people in law school will talk about using or getting book stands. I personally have not found those to be that helpful. I think that they catch the pages a lot and it's hard to get them not to fall over. But one thing that I have used and I will never go without again is my laptop stand. It's really little and simple, and all it does is change the angle of my computer screen just about that much, but it makes a huge difference for my neck and my posture and where my hands go. Definitely would recommend. It's not very expensive. If I can find the link for the one I got, I will post it in the description below. I'm not going to make any money from that or anything. I just really would recommend it to anyone who doesn't have one already. In line with the digital theme, my 10th suggestion for you for gifts for law students in your life would be a streaming subscription. Now this could be to something like Spotify, or it could be what I was kind of originally imagining for TV, like Disney Plus, Apple TV, Hulu, Netflix, HBO, what even else is there? I love watching TV. it's just an enjoyable activity. Like, who doesn't like TV? And with all of the streaming services out there, there's so much competition on prices and title availability. So again, something that you can personalize depending on your students' likes and interests. Another subscription idea that's perhaps more educational than TV would be something that's law school related, like Quimby or Barbary, both of which I have mentioned on this channel before. Basically, they're just a really good study tool that is sometimes a little cost prohibitive for a lot of the law students that I know and for myself if your law school doesn't pay for it on your behalf. If you're not a law student and you're watching this video for ideas, maybe talk to the law student first. They'll have more information to share with you about what their school does and does not provide, where they can get a discount for being a law student, and which service they think would be the most helpful for the way that they study. Idea number 12 is one that's been on my list since way before I was a law student, and it's very generally and easily books. I love books, even if I know that I won't have time to read the book for 10 years because I have so many on the backlog and I have no time to read them during law school. I just like having a book. It feels very personal when somebody hears about a story or reads it themselves and thinks, I know who would like that. Whether your law student likes fiction like me, or nonfiction and biographies, or even a cookbook is a really good idea for law students. Something maybe simple like 5-minute meals or whatever that whole concept is. Any physical copy of a book I think is just always a good present, unless somebody doesn't like to read, and in that case I'm not really sure why they're in law school. Number 13 is law merch. So law students and lawyers really like talking about how they're a law student or a lawyer. We will proclaim it from the rooftops, and rightfully so, because it is freaking hard. I personally like those kitschy little mugs that say, you know, like, don't mess with me, I'm a lawyer, or law school survival mug or something. Like, I literally have mugs that say those on them. I also have a sweatshirt that says what law school I'm at. I wouldn't complain if somebody got me like a baseball cap that said law on it or had a gavel or something. It sounds kind of stupid, and I don't think every profession is like this, or maybe should be like this, but law definitely is, and it's a fun profession to kind of like poke fun at, but also be proud of through physical items that you can wear or use on a daily basis. Number 14 is something edible, like chocolate or coffee or candy or snacks or whatever. Like, we're not gonna complain about free food. Again, we're broke. Lots of people have sent me candy in the last year and a half, and I really appreciate it. Number 15 is a little out there, and it might not be right for everyone, but for me personally, I'm not somebody who wants to spend every second of every day studying. I need to go out and do something that's so not law school related, like go to a museum, or I've talked about the botanical gardens before. If the world was open, I would be going to plays and movies. And so my last idea for you is an annual membership to a local attraction. Think about where your law student goes to school and what's kind of a famous or highly recommended thing to do in that area. Again, for me, it would be like the botanical gardens, or the zoo, or the Muni Theater, or the Fox Theater. Anything that kind of ties that person to their community in a small financial way, but also gives them some practical perks of things that they can go do at a discount or for free. I think it gives somebody a really good excuse to get out of the library for just an hour or two and enjoy a little bit of the city they're spending so much time in. I really hope that you guys found these gift ideas helpful. If you are a law student and you have other ideas, please share them with me and with your family and friends in the comments below. And let me know if you have any of these things that I've mentioned and how they've been working for you while you've been in law school or college or whatever stage of life you're at. I always love hearing from you, and I do my best to respond to as many comments as possible. If you liked this video, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. It really does help me and my channel quite a lot. And if you'd like to continue being connected to my channel and see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss a single time that I post. Until next Saturday, which will be right after Christmas. It's so exciting. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and a very happy holiday season. Until then, God bless.